What's up, guys? So, I just posted a community post, and honestly, like, I'm kind of like, I don't want to give no more updates and all that stuff about the girl that I'm seeing lately, but I was like, you know what, why not? Because, like, lately some stuff happened, and, you know, I wanted to share, at least to whoever is interested, but some people left some negative comments, calling me a fake cell, calling me like, all types of names. And some people, they're actually like, yeah, I want to know what's going on, which is cool. But, you know, because this is the thing, when you post something about a girl on the BP community or on a BP channel, you're obviously gonna get some hate. Not always, but there are some cool people. On BP. They'll be like, "That's good, bro," and all that stuff. Um, hope everything works out. That's great. Cause we gotta be happy, bro. We gotta be happy to get out of this shit. We gotta be happy about each other, bro. But a lot of people in this community, they just like frown upon like people who get some get some action or get something or find a girl and all that stuff, which is not cool, man. Like, you shouldn't be mad about somebody finding a girl, bro, because I was like that, bro. Honestly, I was like that. And every time I was going out, I would see couples, I was getting so mad, I was getting so agitated. And every time, like, I was going out and see, like, you know um a guy and a girl kissing each other and all that, hugging each other, I was getting so aggravated. I was like, why I cannot have that? But later, I'm just like, you know what? Why should I be mad about that, bro? It's their life, and they're not. As long as they don't harm me, I'm good. As long as they don't do something to me, I'm good. As long as they don't make fun of me, as long as they don't talk shit in my face, I'm cool, bro. As long as they don't look at me or nothing, I'm cool. But anyways, I'm not trying to make this video for too long, but so the other day, she hit me up, and I was at work and all that stuff. She hit me up, we were talking and all that stuff. I couldn't talk a lot because I was working and I was busy, and I wasn't texting her right away, obviously, because like I was just so tied up on everything, and I was kind of stressed out about my job. So, but and then the day was kind of over. I was about to go home, and my boss, invited us to a bar. He called me. He said like, "Hey, you should come to this bar. I'm gonna order some food. I'm gonna order some drinks and all that stuff." I'm like, hell yeah, that would be cool. I'm down for that. And he said like there are gonna be some other people over there, some other people from other dealerships and all that. I'm like, yeah, that would be cool. I'm down for that. But I'm not gonna stay for too long because I don't want to get drunk, and I don't want to like drunk and drive. I just pretty much don't want to do that because I'm not. My workplace is kind of far away from where I live. So I don't want to do that. But either way, I went there, and everything was cool. I met some people over there. I knew some people from over there too, but this girl, she called me, while I was at the bar for like about 30 minutes in. She called me. She was like, hey, I think you should come and you know cook with me on all that stuff. I was like, cook with you? Like, what do you mean? Like, are you like, are you, is there anybody at home and all that stuff? And she was like, no, I'm at my grandma's house. So if you want, you can come and we're gonna cook together. I was like, I don't know, I'll let you know, because right now I'm at the bar, and I'm just like, I'm trying to like spend time with my coworkers and all that stuff, so they don't tell me that I'm like I'm a weirdo, or I'm an antisocial, or I hate them, because like a lot of times, when you don't hang out with your coworkers, bro, they always assuming that you hate them, and you're not trying to talk to them, or you think you're better than them. So you gotta spend some time with them, so they don't think like that. So that's what I was trying to do. And then I was like, you know what, let me, because it was gonna get late too, it was already like 7 o'clock, and I had an hour drive home, to like just to get home, and after that I have to take showers, I have to like possibly maybe like just eat a little bit, so because I was gonna be like kind of hungry and all that. But anyways, so I was at the bar for like an hour, and then I was like, okay, all right, I'm gonna go home. And she was like, oh, you don't have to go home, just come from there. I'm like, there's no way I can come to you like this, there's no way, because I'm sweaty, my dress is like all like dirty and shit, so I'm not gonna do that. She was like, okay, go take a shower and then come to my grandma's house. I was like, all right. And then so long story short, I said bye to people at the bar, and they were like surprised. They were like, "What? You already leaving and all that?" So I'm like, "Yeah, I gotta go," and all that. They were actually like, you know, like telling me like, "Oh yeah, 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 your girl called you and all that." So I'm like, "Nah, bro, just like I'm tired," and. And they were like, "Oh, you trying to get some cooch? That's why, huh?" Like I'm like, "Nah, bro, it's none of that." But so anyways, so I just like I was started driving home. Traffic was bad, so I went there. I came home. It was already 8 o'clock, and I was tired. I took some showers and then just head back. I dressed some, I put some dress on, and I went to her grandma's house, and we started cooking and all that stuff. We started talking, and everything was cool. Everything was cool, and I helped her out. She liked it. That I helped her out, and she was like, thank you for like coming to cook with me. I know you were having fun and all that stuff, and I kind of stopped you." I'm like, "No, it's cool. It's just like I didn't want to get drunk anyway." So, but yeah. But either way, I had like a couple of shots, but not many. But anyways, so we're talking all that stuff. It was cool. The vibe was cool, and nothing happened. Kissed a couple times, and then it was kind of late, so I had to help her out, clean the house, because the house was a mess. She was like, "Oh, you don't have to do anything. I'm just gonna clean the house. Just sit down on the couch. I know you're gonna be tired and all that stuff." No, I'm like, "No, it's fine. Let's do it so we can just get over it. It's gonna be quick." So I helped her out, and then we came home, and the next day you know, she gave me some of that food, and she told me like, you have to eat it and all that stuff. You have to know like how's my cooking is, and her cooking is pretty good though. Like I'm not gonna lie, her cooking is pretty good, and because like the food that we prepared, we didn't like put it in the oven to like get ready, because that would take like 2 hours, and that by 2 hours it would be like already two in the morning. It took a long time for that shit. So she just took it home and cooked it and brought it the next day, and she was like, "Hey, I'm gonna come pick you up after work and all that stuff, but you gotta try this food right now, like inside the car." I'm like, "Inside of the car? I mean, isn't it weird? Like, I can't eat inside the car. Like, you have to have plates and all that." She was like, "No, it's fine. You just gotta try it." I was like, "Whatever, all right." So I tried it, and it was good. And then after that, we talked a little bit, and we talked about some stuff. We had some conversations that shouldn't be there. We shouldn't talk about it, but we did. But either way, we got over it. And after that, she told me like, you want to go back to the to your favorite place and all that stuff, because there's a park in my close to my house. It's a pretty big park, and it's not safe. Like, it's not necessarily too safe to go at night because it's really dark. But she was like, let's go over there and have each other's company, that stuff. I'm like, all right. So we went there again. We got into the back seat and started making out. And start doing our stuff. And while we're like making out, she told me like, hey, you wanna do that shit again? Like, she wanted to give me a hand job, and I was like, oh shit, man. Like, I don't want to blow it on this time. I was kind of stressed out. Like, I literally was stressed out. I was like, when she mentioned that, I was like, fuck. Like, I don't want this shit to happen again. Like last time. You guys know what happened last time. If you guys don't know that, go check out the video, bro. It was pretty embarrassing. It was pretty bad. I was in a bad mood. I was in a really bad, like, it was pretty bad, bro. But so, anyways, when she mentioned that, I was like, fuck. Like, what if this shit happened again? Like, for sure she's gonna leave. Like, no doubt she's gonna leave. And I was like, you know what? Whatever. Let's do it. If it works, great. If it didn't work, if you want to leave, that's great. I mean, that's fine. It's not great, but it's fine. If you wanna leave, if it didn't work, it's on you. Whatever. And so basically, like, I again put my pants down. She started to get busy. And like, again, she actually gives a good hand job though. Like, I'm actually surprised. Like, she gives a good hand job though. Like, so she basically did it for like, I don't know, for 20 minutes, and she was like kissing me while she was doing that. And and the good news is that I came, and it felt good. If I'm not gonna lie, it felt good. I busted a nut, so. And I would say like that was my first time ever, like, I busted a nut with a girl, bro. like it was always by myself, but it felt good though. Like, it really felt good. But the whole time I was kind of stressed out. I was like, even like, she had her hand on my on my wood, and I was like, the whole time I was like, fuck, man, what if, like, hopefully I can just come, hopefully I can just, like, hopefully this time works out, because last time, like, I couldn't fucking forgive myself. But anyways, the good news is I did. I finished it. And I made a mess. I would say I made a mess. It got all over my dress, it got all over my shirt, my pants. Some of it got all over her too. And she gave me some like napkins and all that stuff, so we start cleaning it up. And she got happy though. Like, I could see it in her face, and like, she was more happy than me. And obviously I was happy. I was like, fuck yeah, bro. Like, finally, man. Finally, after what? After 33 years, finally. And I was happy, but she was more happy. She was like, because in the beginning, she was like, if she, what she told me? She told me, like, if this didn't work out, that means like I'm the problem. That, like, her, not me, but that means like she's the problem. I'm like, no, let's do that, And so we ended up good, everything was fine. And after we cleaned up, she got over me, she got on top of me, and she grabbed my face, and she was like, I'm so happy that you're happy and all that stuff. And I was like, I appreciate it. I was like kind of stressed out that this time it didn't work out, but she was like, see, this time, like, you wanted it, so it worked out, and I'm happy, and I'm pretty sure you're happy. I'm like, yeah, we're both happy. So, and she started like, she wasn't finished. She was like, when we finished, like, she was still keep on going, and then she was like, you want me to like stop? I'm like, yeah, I mean, there's nothing else. I mean, that's it. I climaxed. So, and so she stopped, and freaking you know so after that, I kind of like, you know I felt good, but I was like, you know what, maybe we're gonna go home now, so since we're done. But she wasn't done. She was like, she got on top of me and she started kissing me and all that stuff. She was like, let's stay together for a little longer. And honestly, like, after that, I kind of got a little tired because I was already tired, like, I was like, I came from work and all that stuff, I was under the sun for like 10 plus hours. And after that, I thought like she was gonna say like, hey, let's go home now, you're tired. But no, she wasn't done. And we still did a little bit of things too. And after that, I was like, you know what, let's just go home. It's getting too late. It was already like, I think it was like 1:45 at night, so it was pretty late. And she was like, okay, all right, well, let's go. So I came home. I was pretty happy though. Like, not gonna lie, I was like, man, like, at least I felt like, I felt the girl's like touch, like that's what I feel. Like, I felt the girl's touch. And even though like I posted on my community post, I said like, this is nothing mind blowing, this is nothing important, like, this is absolutely nothing important. Like, everybody has that, everybody gets that, everybody got that already, most of you got that, and most of you are younger than me too, that's the thing. I'm the oldest one, I'm so freaking old right now. But yeah, man, after 33 years, at least I got somewhat in action. I'm not saying like I got fully in action because I didn't get a cooch, and but I don't know. Some people say like, oh, you lost your virginity and all that stuff. Like, nah, not yet, not really. I just like, I just got a hand job. That's it. It's nothing big deal. For me, maybe it is. But even for me, it's not. Because I'm like, all right, so, now I have to like get some head. To experience some like, maybe a kind of a real thing, because a hand job is just like, she just grab your nub and just choke it until you like you bust. But at least like she could have given me some head and all that stuff. But again, she didn't. She was like, just a hand job for now. But and then after that, we're talking and all that stuff. Like, on the text the next day, she was like, I want a relationship. I don't know why, like, you're the one who's like doesn't want it and all that stuff. So I'm kind of like, at this moment, I don't know what to do, bro. Like, I don't know, should I get into a relationship with this girl, or should I just leave it alone and go about my day? I just don't know, man. Like, I seriously don't know. But I'm at the same time thinking like, if I let her go, I'm probably not gonna find anybody anytime soon, bro, or ever, So I'm kind of like stuck in two-way road, because like you guys already know, bro. Finding a girl these days, it's like it's super difficult, bro. It's super difficult. And when one comes your way, you gotta keep her. You gotta keep her like tight. This is for all of you. You gotta keep her tight. But the problem is that I'm saying like I don't know if I have to get into a relationship with this girl because I was friend zoned before, and and she wasn't giving me a chance, and she kind of did me dirty in the past. So I just like I don't know if I get into a relationship, like I don't know what's gonna happen, you know, and I don't want to put myself in a bad situation, like. I don't know. Maybe it's not gonna be bad, but I'm just like I'm kind of thinking more of a bad thing, because like I'm just like I had so many bad experiences in my life that I don't know which is which. I don't know who to trust. I don't know what to like trust. So I don't know, guys. I mean, I know like some of you thinking some type of way and other people thinking some other way. I mean, I don't know, but whatever it is, let me know what you guys think, cuz like I'm really confused. Like I don't know what to do. I'm just like I'm so used to the single life that a girl like comes my way. I don't know how to act, bro. Like I don't even know how did I get this far with this girl? Like I just genuinely don't know. And I always wish that like she would give me some, but you know she said like we have to get into a relationship to give you some. So I don't know, bro. And you know it's like when you're not like when you didn't. I mean, me personally, I never had a relationship, and and that was my first hand job ever from a girl that I got. Like, she's the first girl ever in my 33 years of life like touching my nub, and I'm just like I don't know what to do at this time. At this point, I don't know what to do. Like, if I get into a relationship, I don't know what the hell to do. Like in the future, like I don't know how to treat her and all that stuff. So I'm just like I'm just a super noob, bro. So if you guys have any advice for me, if any of you guys who had like relationships and all that stuff, you guys can give me an advice, cuz I'm kind of lost. I'm lost, bro. And I'm old. I'm old and I'm lost. So I have no idea. I don't know what to do, bro. Should I get into a relationship? Like, should I bite the bullet and get with her and see what's going to happen and try my best to train myself like how to treat her and how to talk to her and go research and ask like Chat GPT and all that stuff? Or should I just say like, you know what, F it, it's at least I got a hand job and just leave it alone, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, and please be nice on the comments, man. Like I don't know why some people are so rude and disrespectful, but guys, I didn't get no coochie, bro. I didn't get no real thing. It was just like it was just something that every girl can easily give you at any moment, any time, bro. It's like she doesn't have to take off her clothes. She doesn't have to do nothing. All she has to do is just like, put her hand on your knob, and that's pretty much it, So, but you guys have a good one, and hope you guys have a at least a decent summer, because summer is almost ending, but not the heat. It's super hot out here. It's like 100 degrees, and I'm just like I'm so over summer, bro. I hate summer. I really hate summer. So yeah, guys. Hope you guys have a good one, and leave your comments down below, and I'll see you guys on the next one.